Good evening, dark detectives of the digital age. Tonight we descend into shadow. Not just any shadows, mind you, but those expertly illustrated by Bruce Timm and brought to eerie life by the legendary Batman the Animated Series. This was no ordinary cartoon. It was operatic, brooding, psychological, and sometimes downright terrifying. Join me and my ever-anxious nephew Jody as we dive cape first into the most unsettling episodes that crept their way into children's nightmares and animation history alike.
Can I sleep with the bat signal on tonight?
No, Jody. Fear builds character. We begin quite fittingly with fear itself.
Tomorrow on Batman, terror grips the people of Gotham.
They will learn the true nature of power.
When an evil genius controls their thoughts.
It's a giant bat! Get in!
Now he's chosen his next victim.
Succumb to the fear, Batman.
Watch the animated series Batman tomorrow afternoon on Fox.
In this early episode, the Scarecrow debuts and introduces us to the show's core theme, psychological horror cloaked in capes and cowl. The animation shifts into expressionist nightmare territory when Batman is hit with fear gas and hallucinates his father's calling him a disgrace.
You are a disgrace.
It's raw, personal, and anchored by Kevin Conroy's powerful delivery of the iconic line, "I am vengeance, I am the night, I am Batman."
I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman.
You know, I once fought Batman, Jody.
Expletives will get you nowhere, my cowled crime buster.
And I was excellent. Jody, can you do it? Do the voice.
I am vengeance. I am the night. I'm slightly emotionally scarred.
Behind the scenes, this was when the creators realized Batman wasn't just a hero. He was a haunted man fighting internal demons as often as external ones. Ooh, another Scarecrow tale, but here the horror is deeper. Batman is imprisoned in Arkham.
Did you contact Commissioner Gordon and Dr. Wu?
Accused of madness and subjected to an escalating series of fear-induced hallucinations. The imagery, genuinely disturbing. Batman fighting twisted versions of himself, walking through melting Gotham landscapes, haunted by monstrous versions of his rogues gallery.
This was supposed to air on Saturday mornings?
Indeed, Jody, the 90s were braver times. This episode drew influence from the graphic novel Arkham Asylum, and the animators pushed visual boundaries using distorted framing and shadow layering to mimic psychological breakdown. What could be scarier than madness? How about happiness? In Perchance to Dream, Bruce Wayne wakes up in a perfect world. His parents are alive. He's engaged. Someone else is Batman. But the seams don't quite hold. Books have no words. Logic collapses. This episode was a mind-bender. Directed by Boyd Kirkland and featuring a chilling twist. Batman is trapped in a dream created by the Mad Hatter. It dares to ask, is a beautiful lie more terrifying than a painful truth? That's quite poetic, Jody. This one often flies under the radar, but it's pure horror.
Thank you, Miss Isley.
My pleasure, Commissioner. Though it's Carlisle now. Mrs. Pamela Lillian Carlisle.
Poison Ivy appears to have gone straight, married, living in the suburbs, reformed, but it's all a facade. The twist, her husband, her children are plant clones.
No.
And when they start melting, twitching, and attacking, the episode morphs into full creature feature territory. It was inspired by the original 50s sci-fi horror movie, Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
They're here already! You're next!
The art direction becomes unsettlingly lush and organic thanks to director Boyd Kirkland and the background artist Ted Blackman.
So, flat kids that melt? This is fine?
Oh, horrifically fine, Jody. Ooh, now for an often overlooked but viscerally disturbing entry. Bruce loses his memory and finds himself enslaved in a desert labor camp.
Tomorrow on Batman, the Dark Knight goes undercover to stop a crime wave. But something goes terribly wrong. Now he's a prisoner who's lost his memory.
I just don't know.
And must remember or never escape. Shoot him! Watch Batman, the animated series, tomorrow afternoon on Fox.
It's grim, dusty, existentially bleak. The horror here is powerlessness. No gadgets, no capes, just Bruce lost. Animation director Frank Parr leaned into oppressive lighting with a minimal score to highlight the isolation. The villain's grotesque design, modeled after silent era heavies, adds to the dread. So, there you have it, fiends of the flickering screen. 5 tales from a children's cartoon that dared to stare into the abyss and smile. Batman the Animated Series treated fear not as a gimmick, but as a gateway to understanding trauma, identity, and justice in the darkest of capes. Which episode chilled you to the bone? Let us know, and remember,
I am vengeance. I am the night. I am slightly emotionally scarred, Uncle Vincent.
oh, how true, Jody. Until next time, beware the shadows between the cells and keep screaming.